Hi folks, and welcome to today's video, working out with a herniated disc, full body part 1. Now, I do produce a lot of great content for those folks out there suffering with herniated discs, bulging discs, sciatica nerve pain, low back pain. If that's you, then hit that subscribe button. I create a lot of great content for you guys to get you back on the road to recovery. If you subscribe, you'll be notified when I upload something new for you, so hit that button. Now, without further ado, let's get into today's video. Hi folks, so today I'm going to take you through, very briefly, a full body workout that I used to do myself when I was coming back from my herniated disc, low back pain, sciatica nerve pain issues. Now, I'm going to take you through it step by step. I'm not going to do the full workout, that would take obviously too long, but I'm going to take you through the different exercises. Now, the stage I was at, this was probably 5 months after really sort of my most aggressive part of my injury. So up until that point, I'd been doing a lot of core work, stabilization, bird dogs, stretching, mobility, and I was setting foot into the gym for the first time again. And people have often asked me, like, what did you do? What exactly did you do? I've had this question many, many times. So I wanted to go over some of the exercises that I did and the reasons for why I did them, okay? So if you were going to follow along with this exercise, and I'll put the list of exercises in the description. First thing you want to do, you get into the gym, you want to do a small warm-up, okay? Now, I would suggest probably the cross trainer, maybe walking the treadmill. I want to spend sort of 5 to 7 minutes just getting the body warm, maybe creating a little bit of sweat, okay, before you get into the workout itself. And once you come off that machine, you want to do a little bit of mobility work, and I would use a rubber band. There's normally these hanging in the gym. They've got a lot of these kind of bands that you have here. And just for the upper body, for example, I'm just going to open up my shoulders, go back, and go forward, and go back. And I would do this roughly 8 to 10 times. If they don't have bands, they may have a pole, long wooden pole, okay? You see a lot of those sometimes in the gyms. You can use that, it's perfectly okay. Do that 8 to 10 times. Then I'm going to show you from the back here, the same pole or band. Take the right hand, bring it around the back of your head, down, left comes across. Right, down the back, left comes across. I would do 8 to 10 in one direction, and then change, other direction, open, cross, round, cross. And you would do 8 to 10 on each side, okay? Now, from there, you've loosened up the legs a little bit when you did your active movements, your cross trainer, or potentially your treadmill, recumbent bicycle, okay? But it's good to just get a little bit of movement into the hips as well. And what I used to do myself, I would pull this one hand on a support, edge of a bar, top part of a bench here, and I would take my left and I'd bring it across the body, and I would open it. Across the body and open. Across the body and open. Keeping this for support. I would do 10 one side, then I would change, 10 the other, okay? Then, just an extra little warm-up, I would do probably 15 bodyweight squats onto a high surface. So I would use this bench here, today for example, and I would just go down, have my hands across my chest, and I'd come down, touch the bench, and come up. Just puts a little bit more blood into the legs, prepares them for what they're about to do, because we are going to do a particular type of squat exercise during this workout. And I would do those 10 to 15 times. Just prepares the body for what we're about to do, okay? Now, the exercises themselves, very simple. It's going to be 4 sets of each one, 10 to 15 repetitions of each particular exercise. Now, the first exercise that I used to use a lot was a one-arm incline dumbbell press, okay? Now, of the 4 sets, I would use the first set as a warm-up set. So I choose a weight, normally half, 2/3 what I was going to lift on my first set, and I would do 10 to 15 repetitions with that weight as my warm-up weight, okay? I would do that once, then I would rest maybe 30, 40 seconds, and then I would use the work weight, okay? So we're going to use this exercise and we're going to pair it with another exercise called a split squat. And these 2 exercises are going to be the A group, okay? We're going to do A1 first, then A2, back to A1, A2. And I'm going to run through it as if I was doing the full set. Okay, so I'm going to warm up. So I'm going to take my dumbbell. Now it's going to be a one-arm dumbbell press, and I'll explain as we go along why this is such a good exercise. So we pretend this is my warm-up set. So I'm doing 10 to 15 repetitions. I would count down 3, 2, 1, press 1. 3, 2, 1, press 1. 10 to 15 on each side. Okay, do each side. I come up. The next exercise I would do is the split squat. Now I do have that on one of my other videos as well. Just to show you briefly here. Split my feet, excuse me, about hip width apart. My back foot is elevated, okay? And I'm just bending both knees towards the floor, almost touches, and come right back up. For warm up, maybe do 10 on each side, okay? And again, you can use this for support to start with. It's not a problem. Just get those legs loose, okay? Do your 10. That's the warm-up, finished, okay? Now you're gonna move on to the work set itself. Now, before I start the work set, why the incline dumbbell press? When you're working out again, you still want to minimize stress on your lower back, okay? By using an incline bench, it is far easier to get on and off than if you're lying flat. If you're lying flat, you usually have to like, hike yourself up. Here on the incline, it's much easier for me to come forward, because I'm obviously raised up already. The one-arm dumbbell press is a really fantastic exercise for stimulating your core. Now again, good spine hygiene. Pick up the dumbbell, like so, keep it close to my body. Because what in fact is actually happening here is when I press, when I come down, my body's having to resist me falling off the bench. So it actually activates the core, gets the whole body working, this whole upper body working as one here. So there's quite a bit of specificity over to real life when you're having to move, pull, push objects in real life. Okay, so that's why I really like this exercise, because it's a good core workout. And when you finish the exercise, it's easier to get off the bench than being on a flat bench. Okay, so basically less stress on our spine. So when you do the work set, 10 to 15 repetitions on each side. Make sure if you are right hand dominant, start with your left hand first, okay? Start with the non-dominant side first. It's the same for any one-legged, one-armed exercise. Helps to bring up that non-dominant side to be as strong as the dominant side, okay? So I would do my 10, 15 repetitions on my left side. I'm right side dominant. Change over to my right, 10 to 15 repetitions. Then I would rest for 60 seconds, okay? Then I would go and do my split squat. So this is technically set number 2. Set 1 was a warm-up. Now we're in set 2, okay? We've done set 2 of the one-arm press. Now we do the split squat, chest up, nice and controlled, 3 seconds down, and push. And you can use this support in the beginning, okay? It's not a problem. And you go for 10 to 15. If you can't make 10, it's okay. You do to your individual maximum, okay? Whatever you can achieve, you write it down, make sure you record it, okay? Do my 10 to 15, shake off the legs a little bit, change sides, and do another 10, 15 on the other side. Take a second, shake off, rest 60 seconds, then I go back, one arm press, third set, finish, rest 60 seconds, third set on the split squats, and then rest, back for the fourth set on the one arm press, okay? That is then the A exercise is completed. We've done chest, triceps, bit of front shoulder, quads, glutes, okay? Now we're gonna move into the B group, which is gonna be a bit of back of the shoulder, biceps, hamstrings, and some more glutes, okay? Changing locations. Okay, team, so we've done our first 2 exercises. I mixed it with upper, lower. The reason we've done upper, lower in the same sort of set of exercises is the upper body can rest, you work the lower body rest, you work in the upper body. So you can achieve quite a lot during the workout without getting too overworked, too exhausted, okay? Now, the next 2 is going to be a one-arm band row. Now, again, I'm using the band because usually they're easy to find in most gyms, and you can adjust the intensity very easily as you see fit. I've got this one attached to the back of a door handle, but in the actual gym itself, which we'll be in later, there's going to be lots of metal columns you can attach the band to. And again, I'm going to start my left hand. So I'm going to have my right foot forward, left hand, okay? And my palm is down. I'm going to roll. I'm going to turn my palm up, squeeze your shoulder blade back. Okay, I'm looking forward and go back in. Pull, squeeze, hold for a second, 3, 2, 1, return. Squeeze, hold, 3, 2, 1, return. And again, I can make this harder by stepping further away, okay? I can use a harder band. If you don't have a band, then yes, you can use the pulley system. You'll have the pulley systems where you can attach the handle. The reason I like this exercise, the one arm standing row, to begin with in these early days, you have to fixate the core, okay? I'm standing tall, my spine is nice and neutral. You know, sometimes different back exercises, people tend to, you know, they're pulling and swaying, etc. There's more room, or there's more chance that you'll try to cheat and, you know, put your back into extension, potentially hurt yourself, aggravate the disc. With this exercise, you can kind of plant your feet, get yourself nice and strong, okay, brace everything, really focus on the back of the shoulder, your lat muscle working to do the exercise, okay? So, again, you do 10 to 15 on each side. After I've done my right side, I'm then going to go to the floor and I'm going to do a hip extension with a raised box. So this could be a box step, okay? And we'll just get down on the floor. You would have a mat. I'm just using the wooden floor here just for demonstration purposes. So I get my bum quite close to the box itself. Put my feet, so the middle of my feet here is on the edge, okay? Now, palms down is easier because I can push on the floor. Palms up is harder, so I would start with palms down. Now we're going to squeeze my glutes, going to lift up as high as I can go. Try to keep the tension on the glutes away from the spine, okay? Really think about your glutes lifting you up. Hold for a count of 1, 2. Slowly come down. Touch just the very little bottom of your lower back. Don't touch the glutes, get the glutes in tension. And squeeze and lift again. 1, 2, come down. Lower back just glances, just touches the floor. Glutes stay squeezed. Push up, hold, 1, 2, and come down. And again, you would do 10 to 15. Take 60 seconds rest, okay? Go right back to here, all right? Now, the thing is with this particular exercise, it's going to be 3 sets, okay? We did 4 sets for the first 2 because we're using the first set there to kind of warm up the body more for what's about to happen with the arms and legs. When you come on to this next 2 exercises, the B exercises, you're already nice and warm, okay, upper and lower body, so we can just jump straight into the exercise itself, okay? Yes, warm-ups will change depending on the types of exercise you're going to be doing, okay? But for this particular video, this particular set of exercises, we're doing the 1 extra set and the first 2 exercises as the warm-up for the continuing exercises. So you're just going to jump straight into this, 3 sets of each one, 60 seconds between each exercise. That'll be your B's complete. Then we can move on to the C. It's coming up next. Okay, teams, so for the C exercises, we've got 3 exercises in this particular list. We've got C1, C2, and a C3. C1 is going to be a seated dumbbell curl for the bicep muscles. C2 will be a rope pushdown. I'll do that in the other room in just a few minutes. And we've got a classic front plank, okay? So, again, why am I using a seated dumbbell, not a standing dumbbell curl? Again, if you've been to gyms in the past, sometimes people do the curling, okay, when they're standing. There's a lot of swinging goes on, momentum to try to get that weight up, okay, try to get those last reps. If I can put you down and keep you seated, okay, you can plant your feet. Push yourself into the bench, okay, you're much more controlled. There's less chance or less ability for you to cheat, okay? The body always wants to try to overcome inertia, right, when we're doing exercise. I want you guys, of course, to push yourself, okay, but not hurt yourself. So myself, when I did this, I was very big on the seated exercises like this for biceps, so I wouldn't get myself into, you know, cheating unavoidably, okay? So again, we'll pick up our dumbbells. Again, good technique, right? I was always very conscious of how I picked up the dumbbells. We sit here, and nice and tall, and you just curl, okay? And it's going to be 10 to 15 repetitions. We're going to curl up for 1, and then count 3, 2, 1, back down, and up 1, 3, 2, 1, back down, okay? Then we take a rest, we put the dumbbells down, you take 60 seconds rest. We're going to go now to the rope pushdown, okay? So I'll see you in a second. Okay, so we've come off the bicep curl, it'll take about 60 seconds rest, and we've got a kneeling rope pushdown. Now, we should do a pulley system here, I've got a mat for my knees. We just keep the elbows tucked into the sides. I'm going to push down, back up. So my bicep touches the forearm, push down to the side. And again, by doing this exercise kneeling, we're taking away any momentum. You do 10 to 15 repetitions, but we're stopping any momentum, trying to make the back as safe as possible for that position, okay? Do your 10 to 15 repetitions, rest 60 seconds, then move on to the front plank. Here we go. Okay guys, so we've just come off of our rope push down, and to finish the C's, this is C3, had your 60 seconds rest, it would be a classic front plank. Now again, you'd be using a mat. I'm just going to go down on the wooden floor. Okay, and we get down on here, and I would just do my classic front plank. Now I wouldn't be arched, I would consciously tuck my tail under a little bit, hold this position, and I was aiming for a minute. In the beginning, I was doing roughly 45 seconds, okay, but I worked my way up from sort of 30, 35, 40, 45, and I got myself up to the minute, okay? Now I find that if you squeeze the glutes, tuck the tail under a little bit more, you can take the stress off the back, put a lot more engagement into the abdominals, which is what we want, yeah? Now, a couple of pointers, remember, the wider I put my feet on the plank, so I'll just show you from the front here, my feet are wider, it's a lot easier than if they're closer together, okay? If you're not quite at the floor plank yet, then you can do the, you could also do, I've done this, showed this in some other videos, you put your hands on here and you just brace, okay? This can be a box, a bench, and this is your plank position here, bracing in what's basically a push-up position, okay? So, guys, there's 7 exercises, okay? Minute rest between each one. Remember the first 2, there's 4 sets because that is your extra warm-up set that you do there, okay, with a lighter weight. Then you move through, taking a minute's rest each time. Maybe you need a bit longer than a minute, that's okay. A good thing to do is record the weights you do, record the repetitions you do, and try to build upon it, possibly 5% add on each week, okay? Try to add 5% more weight or extra couple of reps. Make sure if it's a one-sided exercise, you use the non-dominant side first, and then change to your dominant side, all right? Now, I'm sure there's gonna be lots of questions, lots of comments, okay? Of course, hit me up down below, and I will get back to you guys with some answers. If you've got more personal questions, you can also hit me up by email. I'm more than willing to help you guys as best I can, okay? I do hope that's been useful. Part 2, another total body, will be coming next week, so look out for that. All right, guys, have a great day, and I'll see you soon.